Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to this replay in the T-34-1 Tier 7 Chinese medium tank. This is an assault game. We are here on the Siegfried line. We're top tier, which is nice, and we're going to see what we can do. At some point I will have a full review of the T-34-1 up on my YouTube channel. But for now, I will just say the armour is terrible, apart from the turret, which is awesome. The gun depression is somewhat underwhelming. The gun is a bit derpy. But I kind of like this tank. Anyway, as I say, we're going to see what we can do. So in the right situation, I can take any tank on the enemy team in a one-on-one fight. Straight up one-on-one fight. Which is a nice thought, but it does have to be the right situation. And this is definitely not a tank you want to be hiding around in the back with. You want to get up and in people's faces. So with that in mind, I initially try and come up here. And you can see that this is not a slow machine. I'm trying to get into the town as soon as I can. This is not a slow machine. I mean, it's not a Cromwell or something like that, but it's definitely not sluggish. And there's a KV-1S who is being a little bit bold. Somehow that shot missed. That's the gun for you. The gun is kinda dirty. But never mind. There we go. A shot through the side of the turret. And 250 alpha damage at tier 7 is kinda nice. It's the second highest alpha damage of any of the tier 7 mediums. And I'm just waiting for someone else to take out that KV-1S because he appears to be aiming at me. That Comet appears to be in a bad situation. Now that was a little bit careless. I should have tracked him. What I'm trying to do here is use the rubble to cover up my hull and just expose the front of my turret, which is pretty good. That KV-1S is still looking at me, he bounces on my turret, and I make a horrible mess of his commander's hatch. Kill number 1. This Comet is looking rather unhealthy. I think someone else is probably going to nail the kill before I can, or maybe I'll just ninja it. Kill number 2. I haven't taken a single point of damage so far. And really the trick with this tank is managing to hide your hull. That was a terrible shot. Managing to hide your hull, but bearing in mind that your gun depression is not very good. So that's not as easy as it is on, say, an American tank. There we go. Some more damage into the AMX M4. And one of the bad things with this tank is that the DPM isn't fantastic. Oh, that one hurt. I managed to get some damage in on him, but he could see part of my hull, and he just laid the hurt in, which was annoying. So, we reloaded. We're losing 2-4, which is a little bit of a nuisance, but there we go. And I decide that this engagement is not actually one that I want to take part in. It's going to be very difficult for me to do anything without making myself a target for those tank destroyers. So, just trying to get some shots here. There's a death toaster. That was not a very well aimed shot. I should have given it more lead. There's someone else over there as well, but the Panzer Soufflé is considerate enough to sit still, and so my gun misses. And that's this gun for you. You're just going to have to get used to it. Oh, there is some rubble there obscuring some of his tank. Oh, boo and indeed hiss. I probably should have just taken the shot at the VK, to be honest, because someone was bound to kill that death toaster. There we go. Really low damage roll, less than 200 when this gun does 250 on average, but, you know, there we are. Now there's a heavy tank kinda behind us, that M4, and oh no. SU-122-44 is coming to give us a whole world of trouble. So I end up tracking that guy, and then try and run away from him. Now he's behind me, this is not good. I was expecting to die right now, but I put a shot into the VK, and I run away. Ouch. And I keep running because I do not want that SU behind me. He has ridiculous DPM. I do not want his DPM going into my face. And somehow I'm still alive. Missed that shot on the VK because derpy gun. Derpy. That VK is dead. And suddenly this SU-122 is looking a little bit lonely. He's been tracked. And I'm not too keen to go out there and take a 122mm shell to the face. And he dies. The artillery manages to track me with a near miss. But I'll repair before the artillery reloads. Tier 7 artillery tends to have typically a reload time of something of the order of 30 to 40 seconds. Although it is British artillery, so that might be a little bit faster. I must admit I don't know what the reload of the Crusader SP is off the top of my head, and it will also depend on what gun he's using, obviously. So, one thing you might notice, this tank does not get a vast wealth of ammunition. I'm down to 15 rounds of armour piercing, and it's not as if I carry huge amounts of other ammo. I have 2 APCR rounds and 2 high explosive rounds, but it doesn't carry a huge amount of ammo. And I decide to go over here to see if I can find the Crusader SP. See if I can find this little scumbag and put him out of his misery. Now he is of course still a threat. He could quite happily dirt me to death in one shot. But at this point we're now winning 12-8. So even if I die, our team should still manage to win this fairly comfortably. T-29 is a very dangerous machine, but in the town on the Siegfried line, it's slightly more awkward for the tank because it's harder for it to get itself hull down. There's also that Su-152 over there. Again, close range fights are not really where it likes to be because its traverse speed is god awful. And the artillery is just there. Oh, he's got the little gun, so his rate of fire is better than I had given him credit for, but his alpha damage is worse, and you can see there he hits me, but all he does really is track me. He does a little bit of damage, but not a huge amount. That truck over there is not going to stop an armor-piercing shell, and he is dead. Now the T-29 manages to finish off our AMX. There we go, T-29 has just under 500 health left, and their SU has just over 200 health left. So I should be able to kill the SU in one shot, but it would take me on average 2 shots to kill the T-29, 3 shots with bad damage rolls. Aim. Didn't aim for very long, got a lucky shot in. We kill that their SU, and I just sit here and keep aiming. I can take a shot from him if necessary, but I don't think it's going to happen, and he is dead. And that was the game. So that was good enough for first class mastery and a high caliber award. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed that game, as I hope you did, then feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel, and I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao ciao.